You see, buy things that will last. Don't buy cheap just because it's cheap. You know, that has always amazed me, and I learned that lesson from my dad. That just because something is cheap, you get a good price on it, doesn't mean that it's the right thing to do. The reason I learned that is because that's what my dad used to do. He'd buy cheap because it was cheap, and then it'd fall apart. After it didn't take long. I'll never forget. One year for Christmas, I wanted a stereo, and so I was, what do you want? I want a stereo. I want a stereo. I was a freshman in college. I'd never owned a stereo before. Can you imagine? And so I want a stereo. So I knew that I was going to get a stereo. And when I opened it up on Christmas, it was the cheapest piece of plastic I think I've seen in a long time. And it sounded awful. And I was like, oh, thanks. This is what I wanted, Santa. And sure enough, 6 months later, it'd fallen apart. Completely fallen apart. Because it went cheap. And he'll tell you that to this day, he'll tell you now that that was a major mistake in his life. He was a cheapskate. He bought cheap. Well, that's the way he did it on the mission field. But it's important to understand that you need to buy things that will last. Don't buy cheap just because it's cheap. One of my favorite stories in the Bible is the story of David and Goliath. And one of the things I love about the story is that when David had to face adversity, when he had to face a Goliath in his life, he didn't go out and invest in a 6-step program to defeat the Goliaths of his life. And he didn't go out and buy the new anti-Goliath weaponry, so he could have the latest. He used what he already had. He used it because he had tested it and had taken care of it, and he knew what he had, and he knew how to use it. Brilliant! Brilliant! Several years ago, I made a commitment to myself after several years of buying new cars that I would never buy a car until the car had reached at least 120,000 miles, which, by the way, keeps Rick in business, and that's why he likes me. But I don't remember the last time I had a car payment. It's been so long. And I can tell you that maintaining a car is a whole lot cheaper than making car payments. And at some point, when the car becomes more expensive on a monthly basis than car payments, I know it's time to get rid of the car and find another low mileage used car. But that's just the way, that's something that I learned, to get it and take care of it. To do what you have to do to take care of what you own.